The NBA Finals have come and gone. The Boston Celtics are the NBA champions of the world for 2024. And everybody's excited except Laker fans. And one Laker fan that I know, Jay
Mm,
Watts, Justin
mm.
Waters, co-
Congratulations.
co- co-hosting with me, Erik Fontanez on Staches and Glasses. Jay, how you feeling, man?
Um, I'm happy for them. You know, these dudes had 100 and they set the record for most games played as a duo without winning it. So, hey, you guys needed that. I do like when you guys are in those statistics. Um, but no, they played good. I think that, they did their job. They played who was in front of them. Um, so they did what they had to do. They did get their butt whooped in game four.
You could say ass. It's
Avoid
okay.
They got their ass whooped, and I think it's the human element of like we want to win it at home, but sometimes
Oh,
too,
yeah.
like I mean, they're still in the history books, but they won. They still got that third biggest ass beaten, but that doesn't matter. They're the champs. They deserve it. It's just their fans who drive me nuts. Like some of those guys on the team, you're happy for them. I like seeing Drew Holiday. The brothers were out there. So, and, I mean, Tatum's a Kobe guy. Yeah, okay, but they deserve it. I'm not gonna sit here and trash them. I'm
No.
realistic. I'm a realist too, but they're not going back to back. But they deserve their they deserve it.
Yeah. 18th, number 18. That was the one that I
Well,
wanted to ask you about. Like they they
oh,
they now officially have the most NBA finals
oh,
championship banners. So
well,
we feeling all right about that, or what's up?
we're feeling fine. I'm Captain Content. And
Oh,
and we're gonna contextualize a little bit here, just so everybody's up to date. Um, they won in like 85, and then you guys got one in 2010. So this is technically the second one from the 80s, which is cool. Um, you guys won your majority when there was 8 teams, and it was, yeah. Uh, so that's cool. You guys did need I needed some argument to give you guys about the modern era winning chip. So enjoy
okay.
it. You finally hit one, you know?
Quick fact check.
What's
Quick fact check. It was 86 the last time they won it in the 80s, and it was 2008 when they won the
Yes,
chip against your Lakers.
they did. So two, this is their third one,
Hmm.
right? Since
Hmm.
85. I was 4 years old in a diaper. I wasn't in a diaper. I was a man baby.
You're
I had under
4 years
I
old in
had
a
unders.
diaper.
Yeah.
Now
Scratch
you're
that.
40
That's what I
years old in
get.
a diaper.
Damn it. That's what I get for clowning. Instant karma. Now you
Yeah.
guys deserve it. All right. But still, no, fuck that. The years, it's different. Um, it's cool. They deserve it, but I still don't. The count again, context. Just with my list too. With my top 10 list, I'm already got my foot stuck in the mud. I'm doing from 1975 to the present day. I'm not counting
Really?
before. Yeah, I can't. It's too because you take up like they're greats, but then that's like 3 to 5 spots where I'm like, I mean, you were great, but I had to have. I don't have the eye test to have been able to properly that
Well, just because
situation.
you weren't able to see it doesn't mean that people
It
can't
was
be
no, they could be
included in
great.
your top 10.
No, they could be great. Like, are they going to be as like dominant as they were playing in 1995, 2005? They'd still be awesome and they'd still be
Yeah.
great. But it's also, I just feel like there's got to be some little break in there that because comparison kills the thief of joy. Like I don't know, man. I feel like it's hard to throw 10 people in a box anyway and be like, this is my 10 ever. Because arguably you could have people slide in and out, but to make it
Well,
easier,
these lists are all subjective. Like
true.
our
This
top 10 lists were lists that we developed based off of our own measures. And not everybody has the same exact measures. That's why four out of
Yeah.
your top six are Lakers and
Oh my
one out of my
goodness.
top 10 is
Look,
is a Laker.
it's just cool.
No,
Hey, we get
two out of my top 10. I should correct myself. Magic and Kareem are in my top 10.
gonna do, huh? We need you to take those two out and put two Knicks in. And
No, I'm not going to
I'm
put
just
any
kidding.
Knicks in the top 10. I mean,
Just
none of
kidding.
my guys are in there. Like I made the way that I made my top 10 was based off of like, obviously, uh, championships, all the accolades, things like that, scoring and whatever. But I think really the biggest factor was what kind of impact did these players have on the game? How
Yeah.
game changing were they? And
Yeah.
that's honestly why I included Steph Curry in my top 10 because his impact was so great that he essentially changed offenses to the point where
Yeah.
everybody was trying to mimic or double the Warriors offense based off of having
Yeah.
a bunch of stretch shooters, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I weighed into it. 6 months from now, it may be different.
Yeah.
Like I
No,
just
that's true.
saw, I just saw Luka take a busted Dallas team to the NBA Finals and get gentlemen swept. But you know, I I think he did extraordinary. Not defensively, obviously, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
He's
a whole
got,
nother subject. But
yeah.
I think he cemented himself as one of the best players in the world. Like
Oh, yeah.
whether that was up for debate before the finals, doesn't matter because now it's
Yeah.
official. Like he's
Yeah.
one of the best in the world, top three.
Yeah. And I
Um,
think he knows what to do to come back and be unstoppable. I think he
yeah,
sees that window. Like,
I think, and we'll touch on
yeah.
that in a little bit, but let's talk about the game because we had the Celtics again. Not to rub it in, and I swear to God, I'm not rubbing it in your
Oh,
face, but they
it's
won
all
their
good.
18th banner.
Oh God. Asterisk, asterisk. Look at the years. I'm just kidding.
Asterisk. So your role there, buddy. Uh,
Monopoly time back in the 60s.
106-88 in game
Bootleggers.
five. I think everybody who's ever watched basketball knew with 100% certainty that Boston was going to win in Boston in game five.
That would have,
Um,
yeah, that was Everest for Dallas. Like,
dude, that was
yeah,
well, okay. So yeah, that was Boston being Everest and Dallas attempting to climb it, having never
yeah.
climbed it before.
And they were the unfortunate ones where you just see like the camping gear and the shit that unfortunately they didn't make it and they
Yeah.
died on the hill. Like,
They
well,
froze to death.
that's what happened to Dallas.
Luca
But
was the last one standing.
yeah, he was like, "I'm going to make it, damn it!" And then avalanche of dude, the Celtics hitting timely shots, turnovers. There was and like you said, like you could feel it.
Oh,
Like that's
running on all
brutal.
cylinders.
Yeah, they
Celtics.
were, they were.
They okay, so on both ends of the court too, it seemed like with the
Yeah,
exception of some time in the third quarter, I felt like they were doing a lot of hero ball, a lot of one-on-one bullshit. For the rest of the game, they were really solid on offense, running a pick and roll nice and smoothly, making
yeah,
cuts, getting second chance points. Like it was great.
yeah,
Great
yeah,
stuff. And on the other end, Jaylen Brown was swarming Luca for every second. It seemed like he was on the floor. Like he
yeah,
would not let him, for one, easily get the ball, and two, when he had the ball, just dribble freely. Like Jaylen was in his face the entire time.
they
And
smelt
that,
that
oh yeah,
trophy.
oh yeah, they
Yeah,
100% thought, okay, this is game five, we're up 3-1. No way in hell is Dallas going to make history on
yeah,
our court, not on
yeah. No,
parquet. And they went in
you,
and took it to him. I never felt at one point, not even at the very beginning, did I feel that Dallas was in any way, shape, or form in a position to win game five. Not at all.
yeah,
Luca is going to get his. He's going to
yeah.
shoot up a million shots. Unfortunately for him, he didn't do well from three. He
No,
uh
did he miss his first six? I think right.
he was 2 of 9 from three in this game.
Yeah, I think he started 0 of 6 because I remember it was like 1 of 7.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was it
again,
was it was a tough watch.
his room for error is down, down.
But
As
still
I mean, on
12,
offense.
12 of 25 from the field, had 12 boards, 5 dimes. I
Yeah,
mean, what else could you
yeah,
expect from him other than, being able
yeah,
to play on defense? But,
yeah,
and he's never been the greatest defender, but there are a lot of questions about his health. How's his knee? How's his midsection? Like, there are a
yeah,
lot of question marks surrounding that. And, we never really got a full uh
yeah.
a full detail of what his health is. And so he's
Yeah.
just going to have to go out there and play. And, it is what it is. He wasn't the best defender.
Ooh.
But, you know, if we're being
But he's
honest, neither was
effort.
anybody on Dallas's team.
No, no, yeah. But like the one thing I don't love is you see effort even when a guy's hurt. There's
Yeah.
like you see the effort. And there was just times where Luka, and I think that's something he needs to learn from this too, is like you gotta, as the team leader, like they're gonna see you're hurt and see that you're still fucking balls to the wall kind of thing.
Yeah.
They'll respond to that. Like they'll respond to that. And then sometimes it'll come where, he'll get fouled or whatever, and he won't run back and get back on D. And then that's a 5-point switch. They get the steal, they hit a three, and you're like, Luka, this is where I hope he comes to the realization is like, I gotta less energy on refs, less energy. Like I gotta focus better in that respect.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of effort on D, like all those blowbys in every series, they got a stat for him and how you're like just a little bit of effort, you know? And we
Yeah.
talked about if he was in supreme shape, he'd be a superhero. And he did run into, again, maybe that's because he wasn't in his optimal shape. That maybe that's why the end of the season started to catch up with him. We'll never
Yeah.
know. But if he's in the best shape, if he's in his top-notch shape, like imagine less complaining, better physical shape, then it's like Luka took 5 4 locos before the game. Like
What
that's
are
the
the
kind of,
what are the chances that's going to happen though? Let's just
you
say
know
by next season. Is this going to be the wake up call for him to say,
I
okay,
yeah.
I need to get up. I need to get up and get to the gym at 4 a.m. I need to work out.
I
I need
mean,
to shed some fat. Like, is that going to be the case?
it like dude, if you don't get that from this finals, like what are you gonna go back again and then come to the same conclusion? Like you see what the signs are there. The basketball gods are like, yo, dude, a little less, and maybe that part is because in his head he's like, well, I haven't been, that hasn't held me back from dominating, and he's still dominating. So maybe in his mind he's like, well, does it matter because I'm still unstoppable on offense? Because you could have that young and ignorant where it's like, well, why do I got to be in stupid supreme shape? Like I'm better skillful wise than most of these dudes. I could do this with a little belly, But it's like,
Hmm.
hopefully he's not, and he's at the level where it's like, just imagine because a lot of it is your body. Obviously, he has skill, but like, if your body if he doesn't have to be Bruce Lee shred up in quickness, right? Like he doesn't maybe have to be Mamba and wake up that early. Not every player has that, but like, dude, find it, get on some sort of regimen and balance that going into that season, you don't have to get into shape once you're in training camp. He's already in shape and has this stuff down. Because that's just one. I mean, he has like every other skill. If his
He
body was
does.
in supreme shape, like he'd be a superhero.
Yeah, he would
I
be.
hope that's got to
I mean,
motivate you. Like,
we talk about this though, like it's easy to do. It's
yeah,
not.
that's true.
It's
No,
it's
it's not.
not it's not easy to do. And we can't, as much as we want to see it, we can't realistically expect Luca to take this experience and make
Yeah,
him do a 180 in terms of his physical fitness and his workout regimen. It's just
yeah,
I have all the doubt in the world that that's going to happen.
yeah,
But, you know, it is a learning experience for him, I'm sure.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is going to be probably the biggest sting in his memory, losing in the finals to Boston 4-1,
yeah,
especially after they had a Western Conference final that like was super memorable.
yeah. They
And
overachieved. It felt like,
they did. They
yeah,
did. And they beat OKC, right? Like everybody was picking OKC to get
yeah.
to.
I mean, they had a hell of a run.
Yeah, they
Think
did.
about it. Like,
And
dude,
he balled out. He balled
yeah.
out. And
They can't.
for the rest of that team's credit, they balled out too up into the finals.
Yeah,
But I feel like this was just too big of a moment for them, and they were all too young, and they, especially Lively. That kid is only 20 years old, and he's
yeah,
the starting center in a in an NBA Finals against
Dude,
a
I like
stacked
that kid too.
Boston team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
and
held his own. I mean,
he
considering he
did.
wasn't like shy of the moment, that wasn't the problem, which was cool to
Yeah,
see him like take that head on, especially everything that guy's going through. That just shows you the testament of like the connection he had with his mom for him to
yeah,
be able to like, which is awesome that he's not, so many people understandably can break, and who knows how long that time takes to like get, you never really can get over that or break through that. But there's a point where you're able to like move on with your life. And for
yeah,
him to like go through what he's going through is a testament. Like you could see how strong him and his mom were, which was like, that part is cool. I hate to see the why, but then the silver lining is like, dude's ahead. I don't know. It's a good story, and I like to see him. But yeah, he's a rookie, and he's fucking not afraid of the moment. That was cool to see. And that's like you said, young. These guys, it's like they blew the wad early. They went to
yeah.
Vegas and spent all their money the first 45 minutes, and they're
And
like,
you
yeah,
gotta remember too, Luka's still what, 25?
yeah, I think so.
He's super
25,
young.
26. Yeah,
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 he still has a good 5 years of peak left in him.
yeah,
So I wouldn't dismiss this as a one and done for Luka Doncic in the NBA
no,
Finals. No, I feel like he's going to come back hungrier. I feel like he's going to want to win more. Whether that's going to
yeah,
translate to more time in the gym, weightlifting, cutting off the baby
yeah,
fat, I don't know. I don't
yeah. We'll
know.
see.
But I think it definitely woke up a monster in him to where next season Dallas is going to be
Yeah,
formidable at the very
and
least.
interesting, who they could pick up. That's also another, this is the summer of pickups. And I also heard now there's a new rule in the CBA where players from their own teams don't have to wait till July to re-sign. They could actually do it now that the finals is over. So Windhorst was saying technically like, yeah, the Clippers could sew up Paul George tomorrow because he's on that team, not a restricted free agent or not a free agent from another team, but if they're on and from your team, um,
Mhm.
you can re-sign. So they were saying look for Siakam to go fast, because it's supposed, it's already kind of Pacers want to do that. Same thing with Halliburton. So there'll be some guys who will obviously before the July open free agency. That's for everybody else, but the little stuff could be done before, which is kind of interesting. And then
Okay,
watch we
so
find tomorrow the Laker coach too, all right after the finals.
you mean JJ Redick? I mean, never mind.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty yeah. You
so
heard
here's the
Stephen
rule.
A.
Yeah, hold on. So the new rule is each NBA team may begin negotiating with upcoming free agents who finish the just completed season on its roster. And then
Yeah,
this is starting tomorrow, day after the
yeah,
finals.
yeah, yeah,
And then June 30th, each NBA team may begin negotiating with all other upcoming free agents beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. July 6th, each team may begin signing free agents to contracts at 12:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What were you going to say about Stephen A?
Oh, well, his latest comments about, dude, it's getting so bad.
Oh, are we doing Computer Club already?
No, yeah, well, we could talk about it. We don't even have, it's just crazy.
What did he?
Um,
Well, what
he
was it
said
about?
that it is egregious for LeBron and JJ to do this
Oh,
podcast and all that other stuff. I think it's
okay.
all
You know what's
rate
egregious? You
ratings
know what's
based. It's
you know what's
no, it's
egregious, Justin? It's
yes,
the fact that Stashes and Glasses, the podcast, has still not been picked up by a huge distributor. That's egregious.
that is well, yes, that's how you use the word Stephen A. This guy likes to just use fancy words for certain shit.
It's
But
egregious.
I was like, "What's
No,
egregious, man? Get out!"
you
It's
know
it was.
what
Oh,
you
and he
know
said
what
it was bad
egregious
to
means.
Darvin. Yeah, no, he said it was disrespectful to Darvin Ham, because it was like, dude, if he was secure in what the hell he was doing in his coaching, why would he care that his players doing a podcast with an ex player about basketball? It's not like they were exposing the Lakers every episode and being like, "Oh my God,
Oh,
look at what Darvin's not doing this week." Yeah, then I would understand, Steven. It'd be egregious. They're talking about basketball concepts, God forbid. Anyway, we're not wasting our
yeah,
time on
and
this fucking guy.
neither of them are playing basketball right now, so they got all the time in the world to do whatever
It
they
was like,
want.
why would they start? Man, oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Just when you want to see the dodgeball, just,
Wusa,
batav, yes.
Wusa.
Woosah. Imagine the dodgeball hitting in the face. Oh, there it is.
Here at Glober Gym, we're better than you.
We said add three before you go home, add 3 pounds to the scale. That's a character. Love it.
So, Boston, fine-tuned, well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Did they have a cakewalk through the Eastern Conference Finals? Maybe. Lots
Yeah.
of guys were injured, but part of getting through the playoffs is also staying healthy.
Yeah.
And Boston managed to do that minus Kristaps Porzingis a couple times.
Yeah.
But he
He still
played in the
came.
closing game. He
Yeah.
came out. He definitely came out. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't play a ton of minutes. He only played 16, but everybody on the starting lineup,
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, 44 minutes. Jason Tatum, 44 minutes. Al
Yeah.
Horford, 31 minutes for the old man.
All right, Al.
Derek Derek White, 38. Drew Holiday, 43.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Arguably, Drew Holiday arguably had a say in the Finals MVP discussion.
Dude.
Did he
Yeah.
not?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And his shooting percentage was great. Turnovers were low.
Oh
That
yeah.
dude is that dude's the blueprint of like I was thinking of the last, teams where their third and fourth guy are guys like that, guys like Drew Holiday, guys like White, um, perimeter dudes, play defense, knock down shots, and are willing passers. When you looked at Denver, you had KCP and Gordon doing that job where willing passers can score but play defense. When you
Hmm.
have those two dudes and they're in your third, fourth, fifth dude, like, that perimeter being able to really do both that's what five of their guys, when you have Porzingis in the game, that's what they're able to do. One thing I didn't like was game 3. They only had 6 mid-range jumpers, and I was hearing some of these ESPN dudes were like, they're gonna change the game and this is how you're gonna play, and I'm like, dude, no, I'm sorry, but the mid-range is never going to be dead. I don't give a shit. We're not,
It's not.
that's just no, but I hate the fact that because they got sucked into it too, where it's just, either layup or three. And there's just a part of me that, and I love those two shots, but like, there's never going to be a part of me that's okay with a pump fake, one step, step in to get sorry, it's not a three, but even a two dribble to the elbow. Guys like Kawhi, guys like Kobe, guys like DeMar DeRozan, when they
Paul
get to their spots and
George.
they're in there, Paul, yes, it's money. It's
Yeah.
money. That has to
It's a
be a
high percentage
repertoire.
shot. And that's the point. You want to take high
Yes.
percentage shots. And
And I hate that
too
ah,
many times we've seen guys take step back 30-foot threes
no, yeah,
because they couldn't shake the defender playing hero ball.
yeah,
And it's like, no, we don't need to do that, guys. We
no,
have an entire basketball court to play with. Let's use
yes,
it.
yes. I can't stand. Oh man, it was funny though. It was the last game when they did the timeout and Tatum's like, "Hey, we no step back threes, and I know I'm one of them. I gotta not do that." And then literally after
Next
the
play.
timeout, it was the first second play. I'm watching. Sure enough, motherfucker did a step back three, miss, and I was like, "You just told everybody not to do that." And he even said, I mean, he was self aware where he was like, and I'm talking about me too. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
go ahead, Tatum. Way to be self accountable. Sure enough, he
Right.
gets out there. He said, "Watch out." Like, oh,
Did
Tatum,
you see that?
Tatum.
Did you happen to see that clip
Porzingis.
of Porzingis making fun of his
Yes.
form?
Like, what the? Why do you do? Yeah, yeah. He's got that weird hitch
Yeah, that
you were
hitch
talking
bothers
about.
me.
Yeah,
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 I've said it
yeah,
before, man. Like
yeah.
listen,
Aesthetically, too, it's
he's not a terrible shooter, but he is kind of
no.
streaky, and like when he pulverizes his legs into these step backs from God knows how far away from the basket,
Yeah,
it's
I'm with you.
infuriating to see because he could get
I'm with you.
such a better shot. But
When
he
he
did.
goes to the basket, dude, when he puts his head down, and I saw him and Brown noticed that in the second half, doing that a lot, dude. I mean, he sometimes he misses those crazy little layups, but when they get to the basket and go downhill, he's so much. Like it would open up your three game so much more. I don't know why. Like you said, he gets dependent on it. And it's like,
He
dude,
does.
go to the basket. You've been bold. I think that's what Missoula's ass was probably telling him, dude. Inside to outside. Let it open up your game.
Yeah, he
I thought they
missed.
were okay.
Oh no, I just wanted to note real quick. He missed like three or
Point
four
blank.
shots near the basket. Yeah, point blank.
He does like that.
And and you were saying he puts his head down, he could finish at the rim, and even the broadcast crew was talking about how Jason Tatum has finished so much better around the rim. And like there were so many times where he had a shot and he blew it.
He comes through. He's like, "Watch this, guys!" Bye clang. Doris is over
Rain
here.
dance.
Yeah, got a shirt for that.
I need that shirt, by the way. But yeah, I mean, the thing, not to be like the old man yelling at the cloud here, but the thing I don't like about today's NBA is that these guys settle for low percentage 3-point shots way too often.
Yeah.
Like and I hear people on social media all the time talk about like the mid-range shot is the worst percentage shot you could take. No, the worst percentage shot you could take is one with a hand in your face wherever you are on the court. Like or one or two guys in your face. Down at the
Yeah.
rack, it's going to be a couple of guys in your face. Down at behind the arc, you'll probably have one defender on you, but he's on you. And if you don't shake him, you're not going to get a high percentage shot. But like so many of these guys take threes with hands in their faces, and it's like, dude, you could dribble in 5 feet, especially in today's game. You could dribble in 5 feet, and the defender's not going to think you're pulling up from 15 or 15 to 18 feet.
I can't believe somebody's saying mid range are like, especially if you have enough time to shoot the ball. Where it's
Come
auto
on, man.
for
Like,
these dudes. It's auto.
Yeah, there was.
I don't mind the.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't mind the swing around open three, and even then, like we saw with OG and Anobi with the Knicks, is like he had 2 of those in the one game, and instead of settling for it, he read the game, put his head down, went to the basket, dunked on Embiid once, and then got another basket, and you're like, that's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he throws on more momentum to the team. Like, yeah, there's a gamble that 3 could bring a little more momentum, but like the percentages isn't there. You got to read the game sometimes, and like a lot of these teams, like you said, they fall into it, and I think it's because it's that like keeping up with the Joneses. Like there is a hierarchy in basketball where guys know who dudes are pure shooters and dudes who aren't pure shooters, but feel they're a pure shooter, and they're like, I'm going to show you. Check this out. I've been in my bag this summer. Man, stop it. Yeah. And your jump shot's still ass. So stop trying to be cute and put up shots.
Can't be cute. Can't be cute with a hand in your face, man.
Dude, I mean, I don't know, man. Get to your spots too is like a lost
one
art.
glaring example of it was, I think it was Sam Hauser. He was in the corner. He pump faked the 3. Defender went flying in the air, and he went around him, and he had a lane to the basket to where he would probably go up against the defender and get a foul call.
Yeah.
But he elected to pull back. He had all this real estate, like all of this real estate. He decided to pull back and step back back to where the defender was parallel with him and put up a bad 3. And I was like, dude, why are you passing this up? Yeah, pull this dude.
That's when you hear the horn. Get this fucking guy out of here. Yeah.
Put your ass down on this bench, motherfucker.
Coach, I just got in. Well,
I don't give a goddamn. You pump faked the 3, had the open lane, and you stepped back, and you took a 3 with your hand in your face.
Yeah, a worse shot.
Damn. Worse.
Mid-range never dies.
Yeah. Again,
never.
Not to be the old man yelling at the cloud, but we're old men yelling at the cloud. You know where that reference is from, right?
No? Who's yelling at? Is that from Up?
No, it's from The Simpsons. It was Grandpa Simpson was the headline on the newspaper was "Old Man Yells at Cloud," and it's a picture of
Oh
Old
my
Man System
God.
yelling at a cloud about like, back in my day.
Yeah. Hey, at least he let it out, man. He got it out
Yeah.
there.
He
Thank you,
expressed
Cloud.
his emotions in a way that was better for
Yeah.
everybody because the cloud got the bad deal in
Literally.
the end. Yeah.
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 Everybody take a fucking page out of his book, huh? Yell at a
Okay.
bush, talk to something, calm down.
Okay. Jaylen Brown wins Finals MVP, which was great for me
Dude, I
because
was
I,
surprised.
I gave my man a call and said, "Yeah, let's put some money on
Dude,
that plus 240," and
bro,
ended up cashing out.
were
So
you,
loving
yeah.
it. Loving
I
it.
know. Did you feel that? Because I was feeling, looking at the numbers and like, all right, well, Tatum has higher numbers this game. I was like, are they just gonna shove it to him, especially if he grabs a triple double? He was a couple rebounds away.
Oh, dude,
I'm
I was
like,
kind of worried about that
I thought
because
they were gonna force it on and give it to him, which,
yeah,
which,
he was playing a bunch of hero ball in the third and fourth.
yeah,
And
I'm glad they went after with the totality of the series, and he
yeah.
set the tone for them. That first couple games, he really set the tone.
Oh yeah. He
I'm
was
glad
an
he,
animal.
yeah, he was. I'm glad he ended up. It is crazy. Like it worked. They feel like they did it their way. Like you know, people want to make the Jalen to be this superhero god guy type guy, the 1A for sure on the team, and then you see that they kind of like let the balance kind of go as it may. Hope, I mean, if it was organic, that's even better. But you see like that they could both kind of fed off each other as far as, hey, we're both gonna get ours and help this team win. Like, and there's a lot of 1 and 2 guys on teams who don't always see that, that same vision or it doesn't work as natural, I guess, is the thing. Like if I mean, it's been trust me, Celtic fans, you guys have been getting been dropping the ball for a while. So
Yeah,
let's not act
this
like,
duo's been 8 years in the making, man.
yeah, let's calm down with the Maverick stuff. But they, this year, you got to give them credit. Like they came to work, like they showed what it was. And I kind of like the way it was. They seemed like nobody really cared if they got it or not, but it was
Yeah.
nice to see him get it. And
I
there you
yeah,
go, man.
and I think he deserved it. All bets
Yeah.
aside, like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
he balled out in the first couple of games. I brought up his stats just a second ago, but he balled out in games 1 and 2, and especially game 3.
What was his shooting
He
percentage? He had a good shooting percentage in the series.
58 game
Damn.
1, 53 game 2,
Yeah.
54 game
Yeah.
3. So through 3 games,
He's over
he was the
50%.
yeah. I mean, and keep in mind too, like in game 3 when he shot 54%, he was
Yeah.
2 of 9 from three.
Ooh.
So he was taking better shots
Everything.
going to the
Yeah.
bucket.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Game 4 was the game that Boston played their hardest but couldn't win it. Um,
No.
he was 3 of 12 from the field. And
Oh,
then
you're gonna have a game where you're not, not every. That's very hard to be just murders row for every game in a series shooting over 50%.
I mean, yeah, it's hard, but like I'm pretty confident in saying that Boston was like, you know what, guys, it'd be great. What if we win it in Boston? Wouldn't that be great? Let's do that. In
Yeah,
order to
I
do
think the
that, you got to
human.
lose game
Yeah,
4.
yeah, the human element definitely. Like you're like, okay, you're not going to be as riled up, I guess.
I mean, they were just
As
they were not running on all cylinders in game 4. Like,
no,
and
but
that
they're
was
also,
blatantly
they're
clear.
not killers. They're not killers. They're not
I
like
mean,
the Jordan
they
type
were in
killers.
game 5.
No, yeah, yeah, but I mean like with the being up 3-0, uh,
Oh
really
yeah,
wanted
like
to.
going for the jugular,
Like,
you mean?
yeah, like that's some of that
Okay.
MJ. See, another special thing about Jordan was that part was like, dude will fucking gut a deer. Like the guy's, maniacal. Kobe was like that too. Like, it's just different time, man, different era. But congratulations, Celtics. You guys did great. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
take anything from you, man.
they did wonderfully, and you
Cough,
should
cough, asterisk,
congratulate them.
asterisk.
Oh boy.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Go ahead, guys. But Boston, the fans, I pray for your city and all the people who work for
Oh,
the.
I already saw the crowd outside of TD
Oh my
Garden.
God,
They were getting wild.
TD. Yeah, they probably look. Yeah, a garden, green garden turned to piss.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Don't-
take care of the city, degenerates.
I mean, did Laker fans do any better in
No, we talked
2010?
about it there. They didn't. No, they didn't. And I would love to
I
fucking
was
point
gonna
my finger.
say,
I'll point my finger at every one of those fucking numbnuts. Yeah, let's fucking kill some. Fuck it up. Turn a car upside down. Fuck up somebody's business. Are you getting paid for the team? Did you do anything? Shut
all
up.
right. So real quick, um, I just took a gander at Twitter's trending topics.
Ooh.
One of the highest trending topics in the US right now is worst NBA. Would you like to know what they're talking about?
Wait, worst NBA? Like
Yeah.
worst finals?
Worst NBA. So here's a tweet from NFL memes, which is a good follow on Twitter, by the way. Sports fans watching Taylor Swift and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and then the Boston Celtics win the worst NBA finals of all time. And it's a gif of Homelander from The Boys just watching something in disgust.
Wow.
And then another one. Me
So it's
remembering
not
the
even a
NBA
meme.
season is over after the worst NBA finals ever. And it's a picture of Ronald McDonald beating up a bunch of people.
Wow. I
Wor-
mean, I love
Worst
it. Keep
NBA
going.
finals ever. Trash ESPN broadcasts, losing TNT, and the Celtics won it all. Hashtag not my NBA.
Wow. Wow.
And then someone just tweets worst NBA finals ever? Question mark. And there's a graphic of all the players who played in the finals. So there's a contingent out there that feels this was the worst NBA finals of all
I mean,
time.
of course, the interwebs, everybody's up in arms no matter what. I wouldn't say it's the worst. Come on, guys. And look, hey, Boston, fucking sticking up for you. It's not the worst, it's just second worst. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But it is what it is. Like there is some like look, the Mavericks went through 350 win teams to get to the finals.
They did.
That's a crazy mountain road to get to go to your extraction point, fucking naked and afraid. Boston's extraction point was a little bit easier to get to. Less animals, less snakes,
Less
they
opposition, totally.
but they did it. And at the end of the day, are we gonna not gonna people aren't gonna bring that up. I mean, maybe they will, but always Boston's like, man, we fucking won. Fuck you. But
Yeah.
it's always,
Um,
it's always up for debate, but
it
still.
was interesting too that immediately after the broadcast, there was or not after the broadcast, but immediately after the game was called, there was a commercial that went straight to a guy posting a billboard with
Oh,
Jason Tatum narrating. Did you catch that one?
no,
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't.
This
Oh,
guy
oh
this guy was
no.
posting the billboard, and the billboard is was something of the sort like keep on disagreeing or something like that. I forget what the word said on the billboard, but you could hear Jason Tatum say, "What they're going to say now? What we're going to say now?
Well, are you
What we're
ready?
Are you ready? Because we're going to
Ready,
tell
Jay?
you the second one's harder to win than the first,
Oh yeah.
especially
Oh,
back to back. So you got to okay. So here's the question: Boston Celtics, NBA champions 23-24. Congratulations. Well done. Bravo. What are you going to do, brother, when the Philadelphia 76ers pick up Paul Pierce, have a healthy
Paul
squad?
George.
Paul Pierce. Sorry, I just read Paul Pierce's tweet. That's why I was there. Paul
Oh,
George, have a healthy Embiid and have a healthy Tyrese Maxey. What are you going to do, brother, when the Milwaukee Bucks are at full strength again and Giannis
yeah.
is in the gym for 12 hours a day? What you going to do, brother, when the New York Knicks are at full strength and hopefully don't fuck up their free agency this offseason, fingers crossed? What you going to do, brother, when the Eastern Conference is at full strength again? That's my question.
They're gonna be happy that they got some Irish luck on this run. and bank that you got one. Because like you said, like, and sometimes winning a championship, I mean, it takes a little bit of everything. The recipe is, you got to have a little luck. Like, you got to make sure not everybody's hurt, that you can get through that. It's a long year, it's a long season, all that stuff. Um, so like, I'd be fortunate and happy that you guys got that. I wouldn't bank on them being it, but again, they have a nice starting group that's, dude, I mean, arguably you could say they're the best starting five in the league. But again, the matchups are everything. And if they're playing against a big team that has perimeter guys who do what their perimeter guys do,
Mhm.
then it's a little bit different, because now, before you were folding, 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 folding. Now you got this chip. Do you think that all of a sudden, when you're meeting a bigger, tougher opponent who's more battle tested than Dallas, that it's going to be the same? Then this when you're really tested, and you see, like, that's what separates teams, right? Like, winning back to back is not easy, and
No,
it
it
doesn't. It
hasn't
does
been
not.
done
How long? Years? Over a
years.
decade? Since the Warriors 17, 18, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, dude, and yeah, that's true. It's not easy. They had a good. I guarantee you, if somebody told them before the series, "Hey, this is who you're going to play, and this is what's going to happen. This is who you're going to meet in the finals," you think they would have took that bet and asked for another one? Fuck no, they'd be like, "Yeah, let's go, Genie. First, I'll take that one. Door number one. Give me door one." Oh my God, are
All
you
right.
kidding?
Off-season transactions. Let's go with
Ooh,
Boston first because I don't think there's a whole bunch they're gonna do there.
no, I don't think they could. I mean, they may pick up a vet, somebody on a minimum who just wants the ring chase and who's
Hmm.
on the last year or two. That might happen.
Chris
There's
Paul,
always,
backup point guard on the Boston Celtics.
I mean, dude, what's funny is, like, a guy like him with limited minutes just to run that second group,
Yeah.
but I don't know if his ego would allow. Well, I guess he can't. He has no
Well,
choice, right? Like,
they need a veteran on the team. Who knows if Al Horford's going to come back with his 38-year old ass.
yeah, they're gonna need to replace that then. Well, he's just was the Porzingis. You need somebody. What do you have? Tillman? Is he signed for longer than?
I
Wonder how long they have.
don't
I think he's a free agent too after this year. Actually, I think he came over on a trade this year, if I'm not mistaken. So they're gonna need a big for that. Can't just have Porzingis and then the tall librarian looking dude.
librarian.
He looks like a
um,
lurch librarian guy, 40.
okay, so Tillman is on a $1.9 million expiring contract. He's
Oh,
going to be an unrestricted free agent this summer.
yeah.
So
Eh.
we'll see if that happens.
But yeah, you need
Um,
somebody. He's not gonna.
yeah, and we obviously we don't have any knowledge as to whether Al Horford's going to retire or anything. I mean, he finally won a championship, and it took him
Yeah,
17 years. Congrats to
yeah,
him. But
yeah,
he may come back for year 18.
yeah,
He didn't look like an old man out there. He played 31 minutes and
yeah.
got some boards, hustled, played some defense. Like there's nothing
He's
that says that he's
yeah, yeah.
past
He's that
his expiration date.
he's staying on the tour. He's definitely still on the tour. He's
Yeah.
not giving that up, especially all that time and a chance to win a second one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't Denver already favored to win next year? The
Oh,
odds?
let's find this out. Who
I thought it
is
was
the
Denver, but those numbers are going to drop if they lose KCP.
I know.
Woo!
This free agency season is going the free agency off season is going to move and shift a bunch of
Yes,
numbers.
hell yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch and we're going to have so much more content to discuss.
Yeah, yeah. I love hearing when you get on trade day, the first day, and just scrolling through to figure out who's going where, and like a male soap opera.
Boston is currently favored at plus 310.
Wow. Who's right under them? Denver?
Uh, let's see. Yeah, Denver.
Denver, huh?
Yeah. So
I mean,
it depends on which which book you're going with. DraftKings has them plus 280. FanDuel has them plus 300. BetMGM has a plus 310. So they're
yeah, yeah.
pretty
I
even.
mean, those things are going to
Nuggets are
change.
plus, yeah, Nuggets are plus 750 on FanDuel.
Oh no.
The Thunder are plus 1,000.
Mm.
Ooh.
They they can make
Okay.
moves.
My degenerate gambling habit is starting to tickle right now.
I
It's pickle
heard
in the
that
pickle.
hey, they're gonna wait or not wait, but they're gonna move off Giddy and a pick, and they might bring
Oh, they
somebody
need
in.
to deal
That
Giddy.
yeah, that and they could with some. They got so many damn picks, man, and you put Giddy in a pick and somebody else, bah, they're definitely gonna make moves, and they have so much inventory to work with their picks and with dude. They're gonna Sam Presti's good too, so they're gonna be different next year. It's gonna be
All right.
interesting to see.
Off-season moves. What the Mavs need to do.
They need another perimeter scorer. You need somebody on the perimeter who can move the
So,
puppies.
hey, there's a guy out there, Kyrie Irving. Oh, wait.
Well, poor Kyrie, dude. He didn't have a great shooting game today,
He had a
but
shitty
yeah.
finals.
But yeah,
This
I mean, it wasn't,
this was
yeah,
not good.
wasn't, no. I think though that shows you though that, you got two guys, one who's undersized and Kyrie, but like who they had to see on a nightly basis with no, I mean, Hardaway Jr. had the one game where he shot those threes and that was it, but there was never who was a perimeter threat that the Celtics had to be like, yo, we got to be aware of this dude. Nobody.
Nobody.
All those other dudes were gamble. Like, yeah, we'll let him.
Kleber,
Well, yeah,
Sim
I mean,
Sima. Who gave the
yeah.
ball, Maxi Kleber?
Dun, 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 dun. We just made a remix, but that like that extra pressure, that's hard, dude. I mean, and again, I still think that with those two that they Dallas overachieved and getting as far as they could, but they
I
would
did.
need another. Yeah, they need a third who's you need a perimeter guy who can 3 and D dude up there, kind of help relieve some of that pressure for them.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. is not the answer. Dante Exum's not the answer. Josh
No,
Green's
and
not the
and
answer.
PJ Washington was steady. I liked his development like, through the playoffs. He showed a lot, and
Mhm.
Gafford showed his. So it's like another piece in there. Um, come
He
off
was the
the
biggest
bench or even start.
he was the biggest liability on the team tonight.
Klebas.
His PJ Washington. His plus
Mm,
minus was minus 26.
ooh.
It's not
And
good.
see, no, and his games were like you would. I mean, the Western Conference Finals, he was pretty steady, but then
Oh
there's always
yeah.
those. There's always the up and down, and makes sense. Like he hasn't been here before. Um, but I mean, hopefully that's the kind of guy too who goes in the gym and just is like, dude, I'm gonna be a better shooter than I was. Like he showed that he could shoot the three. If he can open, obviously you always want to work on your percentage as a 3-point shooter, but he has the ability to go to the basket, so he could improve. He can improve. You keep him, you add another wing dude who's a threat. That's gonna help. But you got to have somebody who can score um, without the ball. I mean, without the ball, but not necessarily needing picks and screens. You can go get your own basket, especially with a guy like Luke on your team. How much danger, how dangerous is that if you have another perimeter guy who can knock down threes and slash?
They
I mean,
need to find somebody out there. What's his name from Philly? Bobby Healed.
yeah,
He's
Buddy would
Buddy
stretch. I
Healed
would,
is I called him Bobby. Uh,
yeah,
just like not Paul
he'd be a
George, but
nice.
Paul Pierce.
You would replace him with like you'd give him Hardaway's minutes and um the other guard. I mean,
Exum.
I would definitely, yeah, those two guys. He'd swallow their minutes because he can knock down, he can shoot and get streaky, and they need that. They need another scorer. But like I
I
said,
feel like he'd play in front of all three of their guards. Josh Green, Exum, and Hardaway.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he wasn't getting a lot of burn in Philly.
I know, and that was weird. That
Yeah,
like
like
he could have
it's so
legitimately
much of the
been like a
Pacers.
third option on the perimeter.
Yeah,
It
I
just
think
didn't make
it
any
like
sense.
I don't understand.
I don't know.
Oubre's
He got traded mid-season too, so maybe he just didn't fit inside the
yeah,
program. I don't know. But yeah, they need a perimeter guy. I agree with you there. Um,
Yeah.
Another year of experience is always good.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, I don't know what other moves they could make in order to make this team better. Because they're not going to pick up anybody huge in free agency, I don't think.
No, and
Um,
hopefully you could get a draft where, I mean, you want a young dude who could break a rotation. Is always, but again, it's hard because this draft is not. There's some sleepers though. I've been hearing some people making moves and trying to move up. That there's a couple, a couple kids, but it's not like plentiful draft. So, but that's always the goal every year is for a team to pick up a young dude who could crack the rotation.
yeah,
And yeah, we didn't do that last year. God,
we
Jaime Jaquez, we let him slip. Never gonna let it down. Never
well,
going to. I have another gripe about the Lakers late, so I'll tell you. I'll show you transparency. I'm not always a cheerleader. Sometimes I go to the boardroom and I get a little excited for good reason. We'll talk.
we'll talk. Mavs are the uh sixth most favorite to win the NBA Finals next year. Two
Ooh,
spots in front of my beloved Knicks.
wow. But again, this stuff is all subjective because once these moves happen, shit's changing.
Oh yeah, it's just changing. I think we may need to resuscitate basketball talk once once free
Free
agency
agency.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need to come back to this topic and
Yeah.
discuss it some more.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
Movies and
those will
TV shows
change too.
until then, though.
Dude, yeah.
So
I want to start watching Outer Banks. You ever seen it?
Outer
It's on
Banks?
some. Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I've not.
It looks like it's like got some out in the field stuff, animals mutilated. There's some
You're
aliens
into that
coming
kind of
up.
stuff, buddy?
I mean, no, like I like the extra, the extraterrestrial. What's going on? Sometimes I at least will peek unless
You
it's
will
trash, then
like
I'll change it.
then you would like Three Body Problem. I
Wow,
think I've
that
told you
sounds
about that before, haven't I? Three Body
no,
Problem?
no. What is that?
It's
Sounds like a
it's
yoga
an
class.
that's my yeah, I'm here for my three body problem, my neck, my back, and my
Yeah,
knees.
yeah.
No, the three body problem is based on a novel written by an author whose name escapes me at the moment, but it was adapted for the screen on Netflix, and the first season is on there now.
Yeah.
Uh, Tabitha has read all the books and just went through the first season with me together, and she
Hmm.
is blown away. She
Oh,
loves, first of all, she's a reader, like her library is infinite.
yeah.
Um, but secondly, our thing is watching movies and shows and talking about them. And Three Body Problem is one that really stood out to her and to me too. Like
Mhm.
for someone who never read the books, I was totally into the show. So if you're into the
Yeah.
aliens and what's going on out there,
Yeah, I
Three
kind of
Body
like that.
Problem is straight up your alley, dude. Highly
All
recommend.
right. Las Vegas Grace, make it happen. You heard it here first. Staches Glasses. It's relating to the alien
They're
situation.
not
I'm
good.
just tying it into my artwork.
Are
I made that name. That's a great idea. Did you find a better name? Have you scoured the internet?
I have not
Nothing.
even taken the time, to be
Well,
honest.
find some find some time and get some Google time in there, buddy.
Hey,
Find me a
listen,
better name.
I'm busy. I'm busy running a company and
You are. You're.
producing a podcast and starring in the podcast.
Ooh, writing an
Starring.
album.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm doing all of it.
Come on.
So
All
there's
right.
very
Fine.
little time for me to look up names for the Las Vegas expansion team in the NBA. That's on you, man.
I got. You know why? Because there
What?
is none. There is none. I made the best one.
Okay.
So you don't have to scour because I'm here. I'm your Mandalorian adjacent.
Mandalorian adjacent. What
Yeah,
is the matter with you?
because he's our guy. So I'm
I
like
had to
the
put
tech
that,
guru
by
guy.
the way, I had to put that cardboard cutout back in my son's room because he saw it in here sitting in the background
Oh,
and he was
yeah.
not having it. He was just like, "What are you doing? That's mine." And I was
Like,
like,
oh.
"Well, I'm just borrowing it for right now and it's just going to
You
be there
turned
for a
into
little."
him. You turned into younger him. Like, I'm just borrowing it.
Yeah, it's just like the roles were
Why so?
reversed. My 10-year-old was scolding me for taking his shit.
That's funny.
It's like me complaining about like not putting my tools back. He was
Yeah.
saying, "Why didn't you put my Mando back?"
Yeah. Part of the show, pal. Part of the show. You donated it. I'm gonna
That's
put you on the credits. That's
but yeah, so
that's funny.
Mando's back over there. But I have some other stuff here now too. So
Oh,
Vader is
hey.
very much in play.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe I'll wear that for the next Star Wars episode
Wow.
discussion. By the way, I need you to admit something right here now on this podcast that will not be edited out.
Oh, no pressure. What?
Besides your own episodes of the Staches and Glasses pod,
Yeah.
do you listen to any others
Yeah. I listened to the Dune situation in the beginning
in the beginning?
because I still haven't seen Dune.
Oh,
But
that's a crime, sir.
yeah, I got to see Dune 1 first before I go to Dune 2.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
do.
like I feel like this is like they race what are those things called?
Sandworms.
Wait, no, like a Dune buggy. Racing
Dune
Dune
buggy.
buggies. It's
That's
a
Mad
Dune buggy
Max.
comedy. All right, Dune 2, Dune 3. So those
No, Dune 1
and
and Dune 2. There's no Dune 3 yet.
oh, well, yeah, see. I'm so excited. I got so excited about Dune. But
Dude, you
yeah,
like Dune
look, yeah.
2? Dude, Dune 2.
Well, I haven't got dude, Dune
Dude,
2?
dude,
That'd
dude, you like
be
Dune 2?
where's my car? Where's my Dune?
It's not a
Lost in the
car.
desert. No, I know, but it'd be
It's
funny if it was like a parody of Dude, Where's My Car? Looking for their Dune buggy
where's my car?
in the dunes, man. Where's your
Hey,
Dune, bro? Where's my
by the
Dune?
way, they need to bring back comedy mock you. I don't even know what they're called. Like those mocking
Yeah,
comedies, like Spaceballs was to Star Wars.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know,
What are those
Hot
called?
Shots was to Top Gun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hot
They need
part two.
Dune. Where's my car? Are you kidding me?
That'd be so funny.
Sign me up. Give me my movie ticket. I will see it in the theater.
Dude, speaking of that, that's what like in the living color, shows like that. We'll write on it. Don't even worry, guys. We'll take a pay cut the first year. Just give us hoodies and let us on the lot every day.
Hoodies. Give me my pilot. Give me my writer's credit. That's what I
Yeah,
need.
and that. I was trying to ease them in early.
No, man. You ask for the
Oh,
boat. You ask for
okay.
the boat from
Hey,
the jump.
I want the whole thing, asshole. Everything.
Give it all fucking lot. By the way, speaking of bad Cuban accents,
Oh,
I saw a video today of Bret Hart versus Razor Ramon for the WWF Championship.
oh, razor.
Bret Hart, you remember how he did his whole like take his visors off and put the glasses on some kid in the front row.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Razor Ramon watched him do that, and he's like talking shit to the ref and like looking at that and looking at him, and then he just goes up to the kid. He's like, "Hey, kid," and he takes his toothpick and he fucking flicks it at him.
That's fucking that. You can't do that to kids, Razor. He had all
It
his
was
taco
the
meat hanging
90s.
out too.
The 90s
Oh
were
my
wild,
God.
dude. The
Yes,
90s were
WW.
wild.
Yes, yes.
All right,
Oh,
we're
fucking
do
Chico.
do you have some thoughts on 90s WWF, WWE, whatever?
Oh, yeah. People would have a fucking heart attack if it went on now. People
Oh
would
yeah,
lose their shit. The Karen
shit would be
community would.
canceled
Yeah, for sure.
through
There's
social
a lot of
media.
shit that would be a lot of shit that would be canceled.
Dude,
Because like, yeah,
yeah,
terrible.
there's so much stuff that just would not be allowable today.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
just
we're
a damn
nostalgic
shame.
about the 90s
Yes, it's a damn shame.
when
Damn shame.
we had more hair and less weight. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so Computer Club, who did you want to gripe about today?
Um. Well, I could gripe about the whole Lakers situation.
Okay,
Yeah,
who's your knucklehead of the
they're
week?
probably Genie Bus. Um.
Ooh, Genie Bus. Why is
Yeah, I
that?
just yeah the way. Oh, so Jerry West passed away, and
R.I.P.
R.I.P. And the way like the way it was handled was just as a Laker fan, like you're let down. I even heard Gary Vee was like, dude, it's hard for me to cheer for the Lakers. He was like, it's just tough knowing the insides and whatnot. So when Jerry had left, he always felt kind of underappreciated. They kind of were like, didn't give him his credit. He leaves. He always made it a point, like when they were struggling, he was like, put out a lifeline. He was on his Regis Philbins, and he was like, hey guys, if you need help, I'm here. Like putting the olive branch out, and no, it's okay. We don't need your help. So he was like, okay, fuck you, man. And he went around
Gary
and he won.
V's.
No, not Gary Vitti. This is Jerry.
Oh,
Was
Jerry.
like, Jerry
Yeah.
put that. Yeah, Jerry put it out. Was like, hey, if you guys need help, they didn't respond. He bounced around and just decided to go ahead and build other teams that were going to win championships and
He made winners.
made winners. So like, it's just the pettiness of the organization. Like, you guys had a beef for, I guarantee you, it was something stupid as shit. I mean, the
Right.
dude's track record is proven. I believe he's the greatest. He has like the greatest imprint on the game, arguably.
Literally, he is the logo.
Yeah. Yes. So like, then he passes, and then you see the fucking GPS printout of their statement, which was like a paragraph, was just like disheartening. And you see
Three
how
sentences.
bad. Then you see, he worked with the Clippers. You see what Ballmer puts out. You see what all these other organizations who worked with him put out, and you just and then you see, like, obviously he's synonymous with the Lakers. The guy spent all his playing years here, blood, sweat, and tears. Like, the guy has put in so much. I just don't understand the pettiness of, like, I just don't understand how that goes on for obviously this long, and then once he passes away, you have a chance to actually right a wrong, and you still fuck it up. So that's the part where it's like, I don't know, and it's just that's hard. That's hard to, as your team, and like, I fuck with the Lakers heavy. That part, you're like, dude, what are you guys fucking doing? This
Yeah.
dude is like, and it makes you look worse. I've been hearing the argument too about it's the family run organization, and like, we don't have as much money as we should, and this, that, and a lot of people are like, they need
That's
like a bomber.
bullshit.
Well, yeah, I still feel that their branding itself, there's enough money. They're cheap, but it's like, I don't know, man. You just can't do that. Like, you have a chance. The guy passed away. At least now, be like, hey,
And
address the situation.
it's not just anyone who passed away, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about Jerry
Yeah.
fucking West.
Yes.
One of the most iconic players in the history of this game. So iconic that he is on everybody's jersey. He is on the brand.
Literally, yeah.
He is the symbol of basketball in the United
Crazy.
States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a list of shit that he did, and you're like,
run it down, bro.
okay, well, in 72, granted, the one thing, he went to 9 finals. They won in 72. 69, he's the finals MVP. They don't even win. It's never happened before where a member of the losing team is the MVP. Jerry did that. 14-time All-Star, 10-time NBA first team, 2-time second team, 4-time defensive first team,
Bam.
1-time defensive second team, scoring champ in 70. Then
Bam.
he was the assist leader in 72.
Bam.
So NCAA most improved, most outstanding player twice, and then as an executive, 8-time champ. Built pretty much Showtime. So 80, 82, 85, 87, 88, 2000. They don't count the 2001 and 2002 Lakers, but you add those on, the motherfucker built it. 2015 and 17 with the Warriors.
Yep.
They win a championship. So
Also,
add those up. It's over 20, go ahead.
He's one of the few people in the Basketball Hall of Fame twice.
Yeah, how do you wait, he got in twice. It's like he snuck in twice, like as an executive and a player, right?
Yeah.
Or how crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, executive, 2-time executive player of the year, or executive of the year, which probably could have been more. But the fact that, like, besides all the Laker shit, the historian of him being able to build and be a part of championship teams from fucking 1969. So he went to the finals before that, because that's when they didn't win till 72. So early 60s, mid 60s to 2017 was the last that he had a piece of helping the Warriors win a championship. goddamn 60 something years. I'm ass at math, but like, are, are we kidding?
Close
And
to 60 years, yes.
that's insane for one guy. And the fact that the game has changed so much, the rules, blah 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 blah
Right.
blah.
He adapted.
Yes. How so that part is where I feel like he's got the biggest, imprint. But for the Lakers, like this is another thing. It's like, how do you this guy's like you're a brand, dumbass. And this dude is one like arguably he's like the general with dude, his whole shirt's fucking filled with accomplishments and different, like
Medals. Yeah.
all that. Like the guy can't even move his chest because he has so many of them. And you don't take the opportunity years ago, first of all, to right the wrong. But like, come on, man. That's just and maybe because Jerry Buss passed away, and maybe they just needed to get those two in a room, But
I mean, put the Jerry's in a room, shit gets resolved.
dude, they would be
Scotch,
done
scotch and whiskey will be drunk.
definitely. And I
Yeah.
guarantee you they would. I see them because he was a winner. Jerry's a winner. Buss was always about winning.
Yeah.
That I don't think the relationship. I would love to, get in the back end, but I don't think that their relationship was bad. It's just again the family thing, all the kids
Yeah.
taking over, and some of the decisions, and like I could easily see where he's kind of like, this is the new regime now. I've been part of the regime since before your dad. To be honest, I mean,
Yeah.
Jerry didn't buy the team until what, like early '80s, late '70s. So
78,
yeah, so you're like, I mean,
78,
guys,
79, somewhere in there.
imagine how that is. Like, I would feel that hurt. I mean, you helped build the shit. They come around, they buy it. All right, I'm still helping you win. You die, your kids take over. I'm right here still. I'm still giving you all of Brent. Like, hey, you guys need help. I'll come back. Just a shame, man. I thought it was just, I thought
And
it
I
was
didn't.
weak.
You sent me that article by Bill Plaschke for the LA Times, and honestly, I didn't get around to reading it. But
Dude,
like
yeah,
I read like the lead and everything, and it was just it echoed exactly what you were saying prior
dude,
to
he
sending it,
really,
and that it
yeah,
was bullshit. Like everybody expressed their best memories of Jerry and celebrated his name, his impact, his life in the game and outside of it. And the Lakers released this bullshit short paragraph of Jerry was great. Rest in peace.
dude. It was non-prompted GPS response. It was a Chat
You mean
GPT
Chat
response.
GPT?
Chat GPT
Yeah,
response.
okay.
It
Now
was
I
a
was wondering
non.
where you were
Yeah,
going with GPS. I was like, was there a location on the statement?
yeah.
But
The
no,
location
you're
was
right.
do it again. It was one of those like,
Every team in the league had, their vice president of communications write their statements, whereas the Lakers decided to tell the intern from USC to use Chat GPT.
dude, Bomber wrote it himself. Even if he threw it in Chat GPT or his secretary, at least it came. Still has to get his stamp. It still came from his office. Like
Yeah.
you could have, Jeannie could have done something. You didn't just say, "Hey, can you give me something? Somebody passed away. They were a great employee. Can you write something up?" And Chat GPT gives you a fucking four sentences. And then the fact that I don't know, I just feel like that's I don't know. It's tough, man. We only live once. The guy passed away. You still had a chance to do something right, and you didn't. That's just
Yeah.
like a hit of like, come on, man.
Lakers are officially in the computer club.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't have a computer club entry this week. I was so focused on the finals and seeing if Boston was going to win and if Brown was going to win Finals MVP that
Yeah,
it
well,
completely skipped my mind to think of the knucklehead of the week.
you were like this. Come
Let's
on,
go.
baby. Come on for
Come
daddy.
on, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. No, so I don't have a knucklehead of the week, but I think we touched on everything, didn't we?
No, yeah, we were good.
We're good. Okay.
We
Well,
we got it. We got
it,
everything in there.
it's officially the end of basketball season, man.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do now?
I gotta wait for this draft. See if there's any
Okay.
movement, any little pieces moving. That's always interesting.
Yeah.
Um, but then the
We
free
have
agency.
yeah, and then free agency. But until
Yeah.
then, there's going to be a variety of Staches Glasses pods with a variety of guests, and we're going to talk movies and shows. So you need to get on your
I have
summer movie
movies.
marathon.
Yeah, you guys just like different shit. Don't be leaving my shit outside. I got
We're
some
not leaving your
quality.
shit outside.
Just
I've
saying.
literally asked you a number of times, like, are there any movies you like? Yeah, stuff from the Valley. I'll figure it out. Like,
No,
you
no,
need to
no.
give
That's
me
one.
some.
Not everything. Every movie doesn't have to be from the
I
Valley.
know we're talking about like one subject here.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I'm saying we need to get
I need
a ton of
comedies.
stuff
I'm gonna
in.
do comedies. All right, I'm gonna do my, like we said, top five you gotta watch, but like
Here's an idea. Come up with your top five of movies you want to discuss. And out of that top five, I'll figure out which one I thought was the worst.
ooh.
And then we could have like dueling opinions about, are we sure it was good?
All right.
Does
You're
that
gonna
work?
like everyone I pick, so it'll be
We'll
hard for
see.
you, pal.
That's
Well,
yet to be
this is
seen,
gonna,
sir.
yeah, this is gonna, yeah, exactly. This is gonna tell me, am I gonna be let down by E's funny bone, or am I gonna be embraced, or is my funny bone gonna be revealed of being ass, and then I'm on
Hey,
fucking
hey, man, if you want your bone in your ass, that's all on you, man.
whoa, no bones. The only one I got is, wasn't it called a coccyx? Is that what your butt bone's called? That's
Oh no.
vocabulary word of the week,
Now you
guys.
got your coccyx
I
in your
remember I
asses.
told you my vocabulary, my vernacular is expensive, Eric, and I just showed that.
Hey, you could afford it, buddy, and I'm proud of you for it.
You could afford it.
All right, we got to get out of here. Who do you want to shout out?
Um, the world. Just be nicer. Fuck. So sick of this shit. As I say it like that. And I have new shirts. So
Oh,
you need to
yes.
go to
Just
Cotton Beer
keep
on what am my
just keep
name?
balling. Just keep
Yeah,
hooping.
just keep hooping. Just keep
Just
hoop.
keep
It's a
hooping.
metaphor for life. It's a metaphor for life. Whatever it is that you're basketball, but like it's just like just sometimes it's okay to just get lost in whatever the hell you're doing. If it make it's self-care. So just keep doing it. You want to sew or crochet? Cool. Keep fucking doing it. You want to watch Judge Judy on a marathon? Do you, you know?
Hey,
Self-care. I'm a
that
proponent.
that's nostalgia bait because Judge Judy was on when we were home sick from school.
Dude, I tell all the kids when they come back and like, I was sick. I was like, what'd you do? Did you watch judge shows all day? And they're like, what are you talking about, Mr.
What?
Waters? And I was
They
like, are
they
you
watch
kidding?
YouTube all day.
Your grandma didn't make you watch every judge show? Dude, those were, again, separate pod about being a Generation X or a Zillennial, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's Generation
You're
X, damn it. Dying on
you're
this hill.
you're a millennial, Jay. I hate to break it to you, man.
Did like in the race draft Chappelle show? Generation draft, they got me. They got
We
me.
got a generation draft.
Yeah. They were like this, yo, Waters. And I was like, fuck, I gotta go, guys. They want me.
All right, man. I'm gonna do a shout out to oh, two fanboys and a
Yourself.
filthy casual.
Oh,
Because Lewis came through. He's a member of the two fanboys filthy casual crew. He came out to my birthday, as you did
I was just about to
on
say, shout out your
Saturday.
birthday. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking
We
idiot. My
celebrated at
bad.
Scum and Villainy in Hollywood, and I was
It
dressed as a
was.
Jedi, and that was
It
hilarious.
was. It was. That was
It
fun.
was also hot as hell in that fucking thing, let me tell
It
you.
was. And the
Uh,
bathroom experience was second to none. Fucking second to none. Eric didn't know I
That's
was even
right.
in there.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But
I was just with randoms.
those two dudes who came in though, were dying. I
What are
get
they?
dying laughing because they kind of figured it out at the same time. When I came out, the one guy went into the stall, and then when you were done, the other guy went in, and we were like having this exchange, and then they were like, "Oh shit, he did." These guys know each other, but he didn't know he was talking to him. They were dying. Oh, it was so funny. I couldn't
Good, th-
breathe for like a
good
couple
thing you
minutes.
cleared that up because you began this with that the bathroom situation. I was like, oh, where's
Yeah,
this
yeah.
going?
No, 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 guys. Everything was PG. Okay, not even PG-13. It was G-rated in there. Nobody, don't worry. Everything was handled fine.
G-rated.
It was, yeah, definitely G-rated. But it was, dude. I know those two walked out and were like, that had to have been the top highlight. It was my top bathroom fucking comedy highlight forever. That shit was so funny. I was like,
Hey,
"What's up? You got the J's on?" You were like, "Yeah."
I
Didn't even
was,
know it was me.
I drank too much
That was
Bantha
fun.
milk. All right,
Oh
Jay.
yeah, that was fun though. So happy
Good
birthday,
times.
man.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir. Thank you. Thank you.
yes. It was fun.
Thanks for being on the pod this week.